Hello everyone and welcome to Infused Transitions. I am so glad that you are here. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this channel. For those of you who are subscribed and constantly come back, just thank you guys so much for your constant and your continued support. For those of you who give me those thumbs up, I greatly appreciate that from each and every one of you. Oops, sorry. Hold on a minute. Okay, sorry about that. In case you didn't notice already, I'm doing the reading outside and, you know, there's going to be activity. And there was somebody who was right here, so she thought they were coming to our place and she didn't care for it. No. Lady, that is enough. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. For those of you who give me those thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. Those do help me. They help the channel, but they also help us to help others who could possibly benefit from getting these messages. And I know it may sound trite, it may sound ridiculous, but it's actually very true. The more of you that give a thumbs up and actually let the reading play all the way through, those things are really important in the algorithm. And that's how the messages or the readings get put into the algorithm, which allow other people to be able to receive the messages that they may find helpful also. Anyways, there you go. Comments are open. There are 2 polls over in the community for you to go in and put in your vote. And without further ado, we are going to jump in. These are the 3 decks we have set out. We'll see what they have us utilize. Maybe some of them, maybe all of them, maybe none of them. I never know. All right, where are we going to begin? They're showing me this one. All right. All decks are shuffled when they are, when they are put away. They are also shuffled when they come out. And I try to remember to shuffle before I begin to use them. I don't always remember. All right, what messages do you have for us that we're going to talk about today? Thank you. And always only take what resonates and leave the rest. I think that's a good rule of thumb for the majority of the time. Don't be taking things that don't resonate with you, yet being open to you know, ideas and concepts and things for consideration. Is there anything else you want to add to the 3 monkeys, please? Thank you. So we have the 3 monkeys. So you may want to look up monkey energy. It is card number 32. So you may want to look that up. And it's 3 for monkeys. So you got 3 and 32, 2 3s. So in the monkeys, and I'll show you, you've got hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Only they have it actually backwards. If you're going to read right to left, that's what it is. Otherwise, it's speak, see, hear, or don't speak, don't see, don't hear. I would say that for some, this could be talking about living in denial, refusing to see things that are for your benefit to be aware of, or I should say to not be aware, or you're not being aware of things that would be good for you to be aware of or to utilize. If you're not speaking your mind, you're not speaking up, you're not communicating. What are your thoughts? What are your wishes? What are your, no, this is a deal breaker. This is my boundary. If you're refusing to see, you're refusing to see the truth. You're refusing to see what is not good and what is good. If you're refusing to listen, how are you going to hear? Whether that is your own inner voice, your own outer voice, or other ideas, concepts, things from other people, places, things. The sound of silence even. Sound of silence can be deafeningly loud if you are not accustomed to it. I've experienced that. That's pretty crazy. All right, we have travel. So clearly for some of you, there may be world travel, there may be traveling from one foreign country to another foreign country, in the sense of maybe you chose to go live in a foreign country, now you're choosing to go to a different one. But there is travel in the works for someone or some of you. This is number 34, so we have the progression 32 to 34, and an epiphany, number 13. A lot of threes, 32, 34, and 13. I would look up those numbers and see if that means any of those numbers. I would look them up in the sense of numerology as well as angel numbers, and see if there's anything in there that speaks to you as into what's going on in your life, what has been going on in your life, what you just came out of experiencing, or possibly what you feel like you might be heading towards. Again, maybe they are about things for you to consider. Any other messages you would like to include for today? Any other messages you would like to include? Thank you. Yeah, be fearless. This is interesting. Okay, so this is what I immediately got. Oh my gosh. 32, 32. So I would definitely say 32 and 3. Oh my gosh. There's so much. You got 3, 13, 32, 32, 34. 3 is definitely an energy that you're going to want to check out, but I would also, again, check out these numbers. You got 32 twice. What I got here was be fearless and time out. And I'm like, what? How are you supposed to be fearless and still take a pause? Well, that's it. Notice in here, she is by herself and there's a lighthouse. What is a lighthouse? A lighthouse is usually a singular building with the lighthouse part attached to it, right? And usually it is a person or a family that lives there, usually out by itself. But what is its purpose? Is to be this guiding light. Could be that whatever you're going to be doing in your travels, or maybe you're wanting to travel, but there is this fear that holds you back, so you just don't do it. But it's about being fearless. Maybe you're afraid to travel solo. We also have this time out. So I would say if you're going to be doing this traveling, maybe this traveling is giving you some space from something that you need to be away from in order to have this epiphany. Because, sometimes when we're involved in something, whether it's, a relationship, a project, a work environment, a home environment, a life-altering season, and we're struggling, or it's very challenging for us to digest it and be able to move through it. Sometimes we need some alone time in order to be able to process and have this epiphany. So maybe the travel is going to give you that lighthouse moment of your own epiphany. But it is going to require you to be very fearless and have that time out from everything else that's happening to give this attention to yourself. And I feel like there's been a lot of this, not speaking up, not seeing, not hearing, just this refusal to deal with whatever it is. And maybe for some of you, the travel is something that is already been in the works. And then because that's it ends up giving you this time alone. But it is going to be challenging for you, which is why you're being told, be fearless. Move forward and be fearless. Let's see. We got the Angels of Atlantis. Oops, Oracle cards who came out. And now hope, having hope. Having hope. I feel like That's a really big message right there, is having hope in whatever your situation is. I also feel like maybe your situation came about because there wasn't any communication and there wasn't a willingness to speak your truth, and or for the other person to speak their truth. Nobody was looking at what truly was happening within the self, as well as how how this was being expressed in the relationships. Again, whether that is an intimate relationship, family relationships, work relationships, a project relationship, just a relationship with yourself. All right, Hanel's coming out again with courage, which we heard right here with be fearless. So you have hope, courage, and be fearless. Hope, courage, and be fearless. You have Gabriel. It's going to be really important to have balance. And interestingly enough, we have Archangel Raziel here telling us about retreat. And I say that because, again, look at its timeout and the be fearless. There, each one is a single thing alone. The tree stands alone. We have the lighthouse, which is usually alone. There's that isolation. She's here alone, but she is bathed in light. And we have the white dove here with Haniel, and courage, along with be fearless. So I feel like it's something that's going to really challenge you. Let's see what the book says about this particular angel. All right, so there are literally 4 cards of Hanel, and you got 2 of them, so you got half of them. Hanel, Hane, Hanael, I don't know, Hanael, is the sacred warrior. The sacred warrior. And hope, when we feel deeply and are affected by the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to, we may despair. So basically there's so many shocking things, so many in your face, wow, got to deal with this kind of things that happen in the human experience, right? We may despair until the dove of peace enters our life and once more lifts us up to hope. If this is a moment of such a challenge, reach out and the angels will carry you to this virtue by allowing you to observe a beautiful scene in nature, which traveling, again, being able to observe things different than what you're used to in scenic, picturesque settings, which can be in the middle of a bustling city that is a foreign city to you as an individual to experience. I mean, we've probably all seen most of them in movies and stuff, but to go there and experience it is very different. Yeah, within this form, you will see a manifestation of the oracle like a dove, allowing your spirit to fly in peace. And then it just says you can repeat 3 times, hope is the elixir of the divine. So, oh, sorry, somebody around me is smoking and I can smell it. And it's not something I care to have to smell. So the one about courage, this one is interesting. It says, it seems you've recently felt your force dwindling and that you need to call upon this oracle for support. Haniel's shield of humility will allow you to feel fully protected as you face the situation. Which part of your feelings thwarted, or what thought suggests that you cannot more bravely move bravely through the current experience. So again, it's this being fearless and being courageous and brave as you move through the experience, which could be challenging to just traveling on your own, allowing yourself to have an epiphany of some sort, or going and moving somewhere. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not advising you to do this. This is something, if that's what you're wondering, you're going to have to go find someone who can advise you in that in a professional capacity. That's not what I'm doing. Trust the courage of the wise, Haniel. See yourself covered by the shield and drenched in angelic presence of the ruby ray arising from Haniel's beautiful presence. Ruby is very grounding, right? Because it's the root chakra. Don't doubt your truth. Find strength in your convictions and allow them to guide you to be a spiritual warrior. And I do not know how to pronounce all this. It looks like Om Nama. I don't even know how to say this last one. Shivaya. I will hold it up there, but it says, you know, it's about the divine will illuminate your way forward. So you may want to, let's see, look these words up and see what they mean. But yeah, anyway, so it's the spiritual warrior. Or to be the sacred warrior. That's what Haniel is. But again, and it is also about balance. And again, we have retreat. So you have retreat here under time out and adjacent to be fearless, which she's alone. So I feel like, again, there's things that just aren't being spoken, seen, and or heard. And this is, the rest of this is all about maybe that's what the outcome of this is, what's prompted all of this to move. But there is an epiphany coming out of it. And it will bring you this opportunity for balance and an epiphany, which is always a good thing. Whether it's an epiphany, you know, of a new idea, or if it's an epiphany of finally putting the pieces of a puzzle together, but something suddenly makes sense that before wouldn't, because we weren't willing to look, we weren't willing to hear, we weren't willing to speak about it. So anyways, guys, that's the message I have for you for today. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to give that thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. In the community section, there are 2 polls there for you to go in and do some votes as to what kind of readings you would like to see. And comments are open. So if you'd like to share anything about this reading, please do. Until next time, guys, bye.